Okay, here we go on my first try. I am going to start making some content. Part of it's going to incorporate the plane, but it's not just going to be about flying. It's going to be about doing things, taking actions, being exciting, going on adventures. And it's kind of my personality to do that. I'm actually landed here at the Wright Brothers Memorial is there in the background. If you can see that obelisk, that is where the Wright Brothers first flew. I'm here and I want to do an adventure, but the problem is for me is that I've been doing adventures my whole life, trying to live an exciting life. I kind of felt like that would fulfill me, and yet for a long time it didn't. So I'll tell you, part of my story incorporates my addiction to alcohol, but these videos are not primarily going to be about that. That's just the way that my path took me to get where I am now. So after I got sober, and I got sober 9 years ago, July 9th, 2026 will be my 9-year anniversary. Once I got sober, I realized that the problem wasn't really the drinking. Drinking was a problem, but it wasn't the problem. Actually, I was using drinking as a solution to the problem that I felt in here. Lack of comfort, anxiety, discouragement, depression, unfulfillment. And so I would fly around and I would scuba dive and I would do different adventures to try to fill that void in here, and it didn't work. But now, in the last couple of years, I started getting a hold of what the real solution is, and I'll share that with you as we go on. The central thing that I learned is that this discomfort in here, this sense of impending doom, it came from my selfishness, my self-centeredness. Now that was really hard for me to see at first because I'm kind of a polite person. I hold the door for ladies. I get up when my elders come into the room and I offer my seat to them. I say please and thank you. I have manners. So it was very difficult for me to see that I was as selfish as I was. And many things help, but one of the things that helped a lot was that I heard a guy in Orlando. He said, you know, I'm not a very important person in society. I am not an executive. I don't command hundreds of people. I'm not a famous athlete. I'm not a famous singer or dancer or actor. Really, I'm just an ordinary average guy. I'm not that important, but I'm all I think about, is what he said. And I realized that that's what selfishness and self-centeredness really is. Just me thinking about me instead of thinking about you. So I'm 57. I've sold all my houses. I have nothing. I'm going to hit the road, take my plane, fly around, shoot some content, but this time I'm doing it with you. I need you. I need you for my sobriety. I need you to help me with my selfishness. If I share when I go, if you're really with me in spirit, that helps me. If I'm just doing it for me, it's not going to work. So one more thing before I let you go this time. I realized also, I heard a guy say he was judging himself by his intentions, and yet the world was judging him by his actions. That really struck home with me also. It's very easy for me not to be self-aware, to think that I'm not really behaving the way that I am. So I've also created some software. I've got a software platform called Bet You Can't. Bet you can't, as in bet you cannot. And the whole impetus is that social media is largely about negative things. It's about making myself look better than I really am, or making myself look like I live in a way that would make you jealous. And I don't want to do that with this. So it's a social media platform, but it has this challenge component. And the challenge component is, say for example, two guys are sitting in a bar, and one of the guys says, you know, I'm just going to stop drinking. I drink far too much. And his buddy says, you're never going to make it. I know you. You drink every day. You're never going to stop that. I bet you can't for 30 days. That can be very motivating, especially to a rebel like me. So Bet You Can is a platform. You can download it. It's free. We're not putting ads on there. This is not designed for me to make money. That's going to get me in more trouble. That'll be me focusing on me if I'm trying to be rich. What I want to do is be useful to you. Bet You Can't is not the solution. The solution is elsewhere, and we're going to talk about that later on in future videos. But it is a tool that can be very helpful. Me being accountable to my buddy, whether it's I'm gonna lose weight, I'm gonna stop drinking, I'm gonna stop biting my nails, I'm gonna read a book every week, I'm gonna go on an adventure, I'm gonna talk less when I'm at the table with my friends, whatever the challenge is. Be creative, make challenges with your friends, and see if you can't hold yourself to a higher standard by having to admit to him or her when you fail. It's been very helpful for me. Anyway, it's really good to meet you. I hope to see you a lot more in the future. I'm Colin.